Hey everybody, it's always who you least expect. In my video message today, I want to tell you guys just a really beautiful truth. And the beautiful truth is, it is always who you least expect to have your back, to be supportive, and to help you in your time of need. You know what happens in life, and I realize this more and more every day. I realize that we underestimate people a lot. We underestimate them because there may have been things other people have told us about a particular person or a particular group of people or a particular family member. And depending on who the source of information was, we will just take to heart what they tell us and put stock in what they say without investigating and without questioning anything. It could have been an auntie or uncle. It could have been your very mother or your father or someone in church that you really looked up to, you know, someone of the cloth. And they just came and gave you information on a particular person. And without you taking time to get to know that person for yourself, without you studying them and watching who they are and, you know, finding out what their character is, and without you asking them questions, you just automatically take and run with whatever you hear. And then something happens in your life. You all may fall, you may have a hard time and be struggling with something, and you just need support. Some of you may have needed financial support. You may have gotten sick and you needed the support of people to encourage you, to pray you through, to visit you in a hospital so they can be by your side so you won't be scared or concerned about anything, and just be that ray of sunshine for you in your dark times. But it's always a lot of times who you least expect. And let me tell you guys something. I've lost many people in my bloodline. I've lost many people in my bloodline recently. And there was a time where in my family, there were things that you would hear about various family members. And if my parents or, you know, the elders in the family, like my grandmother or auntie or uncle, if they had issues with a particular family member or they had a negative experience with them, that is what they would share with you. And then you would develop that same perspective or kind of indirect issue with the personal persons they were talking about to you. So you didn't look at them more than likely, you know, in a good light if you heard something negative about them. But until you experience something and the very person you made an assumption about and felt like this person is not going to help me, this person is not going to support me, this person doesn't care about me, it's always the people that you least expect. That's what my video message is. Don't underestimate the person that you can't fathom would have your back. Don't underestimate the person that you may have heard something negative about. And don't underestimate the person or people who you believe or feel are weaker than you or have less resources and connections to you or even intelligence. Because God has a way, life has a way, situations and circumstances has a way of showing you that it's always who you least expect to come and have your back. I find that a lot of times we put so much hope, stock, and trust in people that we know or people that we're familiar with. But the very people who have been in our face the whole time, it may have been that cousin that you're not tight with. It may have been that auntie or uncle that you don't really care for. You don't even pay them attention. It could have been your very grandmother or grandfather. It could have been one of your siblings. And since you all have grown up and everybody's out the house living their own life, you just don't connect with that particular sibling. It could have just been different scenarios that played out. And when you needed the support, whatever support, help is not always financial, so you guys got to let that go. Sometimes help and support can just be you need a hug. You need somebody to just release your frustration on and just cry. Help could be, like I said, you get sick or you're going through something at your job. You just going through something, or you in a very dark place. And you want somebody by your side that can relate to you, that cares about you, and they lend you their ear and their heart because they care about you, your well-being, and your situation. That's what my video message is. It's always the ones that you least expect to have your back. It's always the ones who you least expect to give you the support that you want. It's always the ones that you least expect to know information or have certain connections and knowledge that maybe you don't to help your situation. It's always the ones you least expect that shows you an excessive amount of love and care and concern. It's always the ones you least expect. So in my video message, I want to tell you guys your homework, because I haven't given you guys homework. I've been taking it real easy on you all. But your homework is to look around you. Look at the people or the person that you've always looked over them. You've always underestimated them. You've always put them in a category to not having certain things you might need or the support that you're looking for. I want you to start looking around and paying attention to that. I want you all to stop also underestimating people, because where you feel someone is exempt from a certain level of intellect or opportunities or connections, or like I said, knowledge, or just having that pure heart towards you, you will find that it's sometimes the opposite of what you've been told and what you personally think. So that's your homework, to stop underestimating people. And I want you all to look around at the person or the people you've been overlooking and you've been underestimating them, and you have had a perception of them just based off what somebody else told you. But until you've had an experience with them and they've come through for you and showed up for you in a mighty way, that's when you say, this person was someone that I least expected to come through for me. That's what the video message is, people. Well, guys, time for me to go. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. You know you all are my weasels, and I love you so much. And if you're offended by anything I said in this video today, it's okay. Because when you go to sleep and you wake up tomorrow, I know and I trust and believe, I'm not underestimating any of you that watch me, I know you guys will forgive me.